What's going on, guys? Today I got a little trade recap for you. Go over the trade I took today on the S&P 500. I'll go over the two trades I took on Friday, which I wasn't able to upload, and go over my thoughts and analysis for both of those trades, and then also this trade today. Let's hop into the chart. I'll go over the one I took this morning. So, looking at the S&P 500, I'll go over my buys for this because this is where I took the trade. We have this 4-hour fair value gap within here. Dropping down to the 1 hour, we have these high time frame highs up here as well. High time frame highs, we got London highs within here, and we also have London lows within here. And these London lows and London highs were both my targets for the day. I was more bullish coming into open just because of how strong price has been moving to the upside. And I want to see these pairs of highs, these relative equal highs, get hit early on, either this week, today, or at least later on in the week. I want to see these highs get targeted. But dropping down to the 15-minute, what do we see? Obviously, we got some fair value gaps within here. Fair value gap within here. Boom. Drop down to the 5. And we're going to where I was looking for my trade. Like I said, I was overall bullish for the day. I want to see these London highs and also these relative equal highs be hit. And it was also a red folder news Monday. We had PMI manufacturing, red folder on the Monday. I wanted to see price make a move early for me because I didn't want to trade during the news when it was coming out. I wanted to trade either before or take that initial move to where price wanted to go before, or not take the trade at all. So I hopped into pre-market. What do we see? We see a little sweep of liquidity right here, dropping down into the 1 minute. We also get this internal manipulation right here. Let me turn this off. Get this internal manipulation right here. And where am I looking for a trade right now? Go back to the 5 minute. You see a 5 minute fair value gap right here. We were respecting bullish order flow, disrespected this 5 minute fair value gap. I believe if we go down and onto NAS here, we also had an SMT, or no, yes, we also had this SMT here. So S&P was the lagging index, and I wanted to see these London highs be targeted. So as soon as we drop down into here, and then we get this candle right here, I'm looking to enter this trade. I entered, put my stops right here, right above this order block, or right below this order block. And then I wanted to target these London highs right off of market open, to target those London highs for a 1 to 1.4 risk to reward. I de-risked a little bit just because it was coming into market open, and I'm usually not trading market open. And as you can see, just slowly chopped and took us out. But that's what happens. That's why I de-risked. Looking in hindsight, probably wasn't the best trade, taking a trade right before market open. But I wanted to catch that initial trade going up into a clear draw on liquidity, into a draw liquidity of the day. And as you can see on the NASDAQ, we did hit these highs. We did hit London highs here. If I would have just taken the trade on NASDAQ, I would have still gotten taken out just because we had this manipulation leg right off of market open up into these highs. But yeah, overall, I'm okay with this loss. Obviously, I didn't need to take a trade today just because of how price was moving. But during the time, this was a clean trade. We get an SMT, sweep of liquidity, a break of structure within here, disrespecting a 5 minute fair value gap, internal manipulation, respecting a 5 minute fair value gap, and then a confirmation candle. Overall, there's a bunch of confluences in my direction that I don't want to see price to go. But price does what it wants to do. I'm okay with this trade. I'm okay with losing this trade. It's totally fine with me. I de-risked what to learn from it. Honestly, don't trade right before market open if it's going to be a high volatile Monday, especially with the news that we're getting today. And also, this 5-minute wasn't fully respected. We did get a push off of equilibrium and close above equilibrium, which I took the trade off of pretty much. Another confluence. But yeah, we were respecting bearish order flow on the higher time frame, respecting this little retracement we had. And then the rest of the day we just dumped down into the London lows, into the 4-hour fair value gap. And the same thing happened with the NASDAQ. So that's the trade that I took today. Small little L, it's alright. But I'll hop into the trade that I took on Friday. Coming into the day, we had this huge sell-off the whole week. I wanted to see us balance out into at least equilibrium of this big move here. I want to see us balance out at least to this point here, this equilibrium point of this big sell-off we had. So I was mainly bullish on the day. We were respecting bullish price action off this 15-minute fair value gap within here. We also created an SMT, I believe at either these lows or these lows, one of the two. We created a high time frame SMT. And I was looking mainly for price to come up either up into these highs or up into this equilibrium for the day. I was bullish for my initial bias. We have these lows here. And then we have these London highs, New York pre-market highs right here. And dropping down 5-minute. What do we see? We see some chop to the downside. I took this trade on the S&P. I've been taking a lot of trades on S&P. I think it's just been moving cleaner, but obviously slower moves. So I've been just mainly targeting 1-to-1s, trying to get my win rate back up. What do we see coming into the market open? Sweep a little liquidity. And I'll play it here. Boom. Right off market open, we sell off. Sweep out this liquidity here. Sweep out liquidity here. As soon as we sweep out that liquidity, we get a big move up. Create a fair value gap right here. Create another one right here. On the 1-minute. And this is a clean sweep to me. This would be a big wick on the higher time frame, sweeping out all that liquidity. And this is what I'm looking for here. Looking for a fair value gap entry here. Initially, we get a nice little retracement down into equilibrium of this little push up from the sweep. We get a push up, a little doji kind of, and a couple more confirmation candles. Now, I didn't catch this trade just because it wasn't macro. It wasn't in the macro yet. Macro started at 950 right here. Then, what do we see? Price come down. Again, taps into this 1-minute fair value gap. What am I looking for? Looking for a decent entry. The macro just starts at 950. We get a push back into this 1-minute fair value gap with a nice bullish close on this candle. I'm confident that we want to seek out these highs, so I take my trade here. Stops equilibrium right there. And TP1 at these highs, TP2 and 3 at London, at those London highs. And let's see what price does. Getting a little bit of drawdown. Boom, TP1 gets hit. Move stops to break even. I get stopped out at break even. So that's my trade for the day. That's one of my trades for the day. And then we get a bullish close on this fair value gap. I'm putting my stops. I put my stops below these lows, targeting these. It was not that good of an RR, but it was a 1-to-1, so that's what I was looking for. Get this confirmation close on that. In this 1-minute fair value gap. And the draw was pretty clear at this point. We wanted to seek out these highs up here. Chopping around all morning. What do we see? More chop, more chop. Boom. TP1 and 2 hit for a nice 1-to-1 pretty much. And I got pretty much a 1 to 0.5 on this just because I moved my stops to break even. And yeah, those are the 2 trades I took. Pretty much ended with a 1 to 1.5 risk to reward on the end of the day. It's alright. So yeah, there we go. Those are the trades I took today. 2 on Friday. Pretty much break even at this point. Those last 3. And yeah, I'm going to see y'all later. Hope you guys learned something. Keep on grinding. Stay disciplined. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace out.